What's up guys? So today's video is going to be a question and answer video. I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you guys asked me, and one of the questions that just kept coming up over and over again was, are you keeping the house, or are you still planning on selling the house and downgrading to something smaller? And the answer to that is yes, I'm still planning on selling the house and getting something smaller in the future. Ideally, like my dream house is something like the last house that I lived in. If you guys have been watching the vlogs for a while, you probably remember that house. It was a one-story house. It was nice, but it definitely wasn't as big as this. Probably the only downside was it didn't have much of a backyard, and my dream house would pretty much be that house with a backyard big enough for me and the kids. That is the plan. I've been living here a lot longer than I anticipated living in here. I've been here on my own for just over a year now. There have been some things that have made it so that the house couldn't go on the market as of yet that I can't really go into with you guys. And so for a long time, I've just been treating this house like somewhat of a waiting room, a very luxurious waiting room at that. That's why I wasn't adding my own touches for such a long time. It's why I was just leaving some of the rooms just bare. I wasn't adding my own flavor or style to them because I just had the attitude of, I'm gonna be out of this place and I just wanna start fresh. I wanna start fresh somewhere new, and I was looking forward to that. Then COVID came in and that left me in the house all the time because, to be honest, for a while, I was kind of avoiding being at home. If the kids weren't at the house, I'd pretty much do anything I could to just not be in this house because there was a lot of uncomfortable memories. I definitely wasn't loving being in this house. And then COVID came in and it made it so I had to be in the house all the time, which in the beginning was relatively uncomfortable. And so I just made the decision to embrace my space and really make it a home. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've just been trying to add my own touches to it, trying to make it feel a lot more like Jamieville, if that makes sense. And honestly, just adding my own touches and flavor and making it feel more like my personal space has just made such a big difference. It's made a difference in my mood. It's made me a lot happier being at home. It's actually, for the first time ever, it's actually made me really start enjoying this house. Now it's actually feeling like my home, and I'm actually really loving the space. So Pika Zoo, I think that's how you pronounce your last name. I'm really sorry if it's not. She asked, how did I get so good at doing the girl's hair? And I just wanted to say thank you so much for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I feel like I definitely have grown a lot. It's definitely been a challenge. I'm feeling a lot more confident in these days, even though I still have a lot to learn. But most of what I've learned is just from YouTube tutorials. There is such an abundance of YouTube videos about how to style curly hair and how to take care of curly hair that it's just been such a lifesaver. It's something I think most dads should learn how to do. Just learn the basics of hair care if you have daughters, because it's just such a great way to bond with your kids. And I just really hope as they get older, they will appreciate the fact that I put so much effort into learning how to do their hair. So Beautiful Libra asked me, what is your fondest memory of spending time with your mum? I've got a lot of great memories with my mum, but one that comes to mind is when I was a kid, my mum used to take me to the city to go and see the Christmas windows at Myer. Myer is a big department store in Melbourne, and every year they go all out, decking out their windows with different Christmas displays, and people come to see them. And my mum used to always bring me to the city to see those. And when I was a kid, I was awestruck by them. It was just so exciting, and just the whole experience of going to the city and walking around, seeing the big buildings. I just absolutely loved that, and I've got so many great memories from that. So thanks for always putting in the effort to do that, Mum. I really did appreciate it. So Nancy asked me, what is my hair routine? So my hair is quite oily, so I shampoo and condition my hair usually every second day. And I know somebody in the comments is going to say, I hope that's not what you're doing with your girl's hair. Don't worry, it's not. With curly hair, you definitely would not want to be shampooing it that often. But with my hair, that's what I found works best. And then when I get out of the shower, my hair is like quite fine. I have a lot of hair, but it's very fine. It's very thin, if that makes sense, and it's very straight. So I usually use some products to just give it a little bit more body, to make it appear a bit thicker. And I'll use a dry shampoo. I normally use one called Do Over by Kevin Murphy, and then I'll use a comb and I'll get the hairdryer and I'll be drying it while it's wet, kind of like curling the front, just to give the front just a little bit of curl and also a little bit of height. And I'll do that with the dry shampoo in it already. And then to just give it a little bit more oomph, I'll use some dust, like some thickening dust. Normally I use the Schwarzkopf one. The store was out of that, so recently I got the Kevin Murphy one, which is like twice the price. Like honestly, I would just recommend getting the Schwarzkopf one. They all do the same thing. I'll put some of that dust on my hand. They say you're supposed to put it directly into your scalp, but me personally, I find it works better if you put it into your hand and then you just sort of like run it through your hair, get it in there, and then I'll actually use an afro comb just to push all my hair back. I find that using a wider tooth comb doesn't mess up all the stuff that I've done at the front. Whereas if I use like a brush, it kind of like pushes the front down. And so then I'll get it all in place. And then sometimes just to get a little bit of extra definition in the front, sometimes I'll use like a wider tooth comb just to sort of like push through the hair and get a bit of definition. And then once it's like I use this product by Schwarzkopf. It's called Got to Be Glued. It's a blasting freeze spray. This is like a super freeze hold hairspray that'll keep your hair in place all day. I absolutely love this product. So Emily asked me on Instagram, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I recently got myself a NutriBullet and I've been trying to make a new juice every day. She asked me what my favorite juice to make is. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite. I've just been making them up as I go, like literally just putting in whatever I feel like every day. So every day is kind of different. I've been making a lot of green juices, which I've been enjoying because they're healthy. But I really like the one I did today, which was strawberry, green apple, bit of ginger, lemon, bit of frozen passion fruit, frozen blueberries, a bit of 100% orange juice. And that one was really, really nice. Really sour, but I love sour stuff. So I absolutely love that one. So if you like sour stuff, highly recommend it. So Nikki247 has asked me, what do I think my greatest strengths are as a single dad? I think patience would probably be my biggest strength. I definitely get it from my dad. My dad is hands down the most patient person I've ever met in my life. And I think being quite a patient person when you have kids is a skill or a gift that is something that's just like, it is so valuable. Peter Chanel asks, do you feel being a YouTuber puts stress on a family? I would definitely say it puts stress on a relationship. I think some couples do it better than others, the couples who are as passionate about it as one another. But honestly, it's not something that I would recommend to most couples. Putting a relationship online, it just puts a lot of just really unrealistic expectations and stress on a relationship. If I was to ever get in another relationship in the future, I definitely couldn't see myself vlogging that relationship for that reason. So Mel asked on Instagram, how is the Coca Cola struggle going? Look, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you guys. I was doing better for a while. I was doing really well. I was only having like a couple of Coca Colas a week. And then this whole lockdown situation came in. And now when the kids aren't around to give me a hard time about it, I'm probably drinking like 1 or 2 Cokes a day. I mean, I got my emergency stash just waiting for me up here. But yeah, lockdown definitely hasn't helped the Coca-Cola problem. I'm working on it though. I mean, I'm juicing right now. I'm also making excuses. Hibachi asked me, what have you learned with everything that's went down in 2020? I feel like I've really learned to slow down and enjoy my own space, enjoying the simpler things in life, enjoying having like a real routine, waking up every morning, making my bed, doing pretty much the same thing day in and day out. I've just really loved the predictability that my day has every single day. And I used to be the type of person who didn't really know how to just chill out in my own space. I always had to be doing something for work, always thinking about the next video. And during 2020, I haven't been like that. I've just been a lot more comfortable just being me and not trying to live up to other people's expectations, and reading a lot and getting through a lot of audiobooks and gardening and just going for walks. It's done wonders for my health. During lockdown, I've got to see my kids a lot more than I was before, which has just been the greatest blessing in the world. I know a lot of people are really struggling with lockdown, and I know that I'm blessed, but I feel like I've actually been happier during this whole lockdown period than I was before lockdown. And I feel guilty saying that because I know a lot of people are going through it. I know I'm so blessed that I'm in a house where I can find things to do to keep me busy, that I'm able to work online still. There's people who've lost their businesses. There's people who are stuck in Melbourne in, like 1-bedroom apartments, pretty much feeling like they're living in jails because of this whole strict lockdown that's going on. My heart goes out to everybody who's going through all of that, and I really hope and pray that this horrible situation comes to an end for everybody else's sake. But me personally, getting to hang out with my kids and create these routines at home and just, all that stuff, it's got me really embracing it all. So LilyBit777 asks, do you believe in God? And if so, do you attend a church? And are you raising your girls up knowing God? Yes, I'm a Christian. I go to a really great church. Pre this whole COVID thing, me and the girls would go there as well. And that's something I'm really missing. I can't wait until we can go to church again. I go online. Our church runs online services. I don't really talk about my faith a lot in my videos, but if I'm gonna be honest, like if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for some of the amazing people in my church, I don't know how I would have got through this past year. So Letitia Wilson asks, what are your top 5 favorite hip hop albums of all time? And I can never pick just 5. I feel like every day my top 5 changes, but off the top of my head, I would say Nas Illmatic, Common B, The Roots, The Tipping Point, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, and then Master Ace, The Disposable Arts. I feel like The Disposable Arts is such a slept on album. I feel like it's a perfect album, just the way that every song goes together. And also, when I met Master Ace, he was such a cool, just nice, genuine human being, which made me love the album even more. Tyler Girl asked, how has my health been? And to be honest, my health has been better than ever recently. I've just been learning to slow down, to listen to my body. When my body tells me to rest, I rest. I'm not the workaholic that I used to be, so I'm not constantly trying to just push myself the way that I used to, which used to literally make me physically ill due to my lack of immune system with Lyme disease. And then also, I feel like wearing these all the time in public, I feel like that's made a difference as well, because I definitely, while I still have my days where I'm not feeling great, I definitely feel much better than ever before. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing good. Jacqueline asks, Jamie, is there an ancient mystery or legend that has always fascinated you? If so, can you please share it? I've always loved history and mythology, and there's a story in Greek mythology that talks about how humans were once born with 4 arms and 4 legs, and human beings were trying to become as powerful as the gods. And so to bring us back down to size, so to speak, Zeus got mad and chopped humans in half so that we would only have 2 arms and 2 legs, and that our souls would be split in half, and we would forever spend our life looking for our other half, I guess our soulmate, and we wouldn't feel complete until we found them. Now, I don't know, I guess I'm a romantic at heart, because ever since I was young I've just always found that story really cool. So Angela Wyndham asks, what's the first thing you want to do when the world goes back to normal? I just miss the simple stuff. I feel like the first thing I want to do when the world goes back to normal is just take my kids to a play center. That's something I'm really excited to do and something I really miss doing. It's the one thing that Ava is just constantly asking me about. She's like, Dad, when can we go to a play center again? Aside from that, my kids have been really good about it all. I mean, we've always done a lot of activities and stuff like that. So I was always worried that they wouldn't cope with this change of having to be at home all the time, but they've adapted so well. I guess that's the great thing about kids. Kids are really great at adapting. They're a lot better than us as adults. But yeah, I'm really excited to take them to a play center again. So Nade Natural asks, does your number of subscribers and amount of likes on a video affect how much you earn? So technically no. The one reason that getting more likes can help you make more money is when a video gets more likes than average, the YouTube algorithm, the YouTube gods start thinking people like this video more than normal. So then they start pushing it out to a bigger audience. You have more chances of people watching the ads on your video, which is essentially how YouTubers make money. So likes can help you make more money in that sense, but just likes themselves don't make you any more money, and the same goes for subscriber count. That leads me up to a follow-up question from Candy Apple, who says, how do you make money on YouTube? So the easiest way to make money on YouTube is through AdSense. AdSense is the money that you get from all of the ads that YouTube puts on your video. When somebody doesn't click skip, YouTubers get like a couple of cents from that. AdSense doesn't make you a lot of money unless you're getting millions and millions of views a month. So unless you're getting millions of views a month, it's probably not worth quitting your day job if your only aspiration is to make money out of AdSense. The way YouTubers really make money is generally through sponsored videos. That's how most of us are able to make YouTube an actual job. It's how I'm able to make YouTube an actual job. But in saying that, there's definitely people who make a living off of AdSense. I used to once upon a time when I was getting the millions and millions of views a month. Also, when I was daily vlogging, I noticed that the first 24 hours that a video is live, your AdSense earnings are a lot more. So I was daily vlogging for a while, and during that time period, I actually wasn't averaging a lot more views per month than I was when I was doing like 3 vlogs a week. But I was finding I was making like 3 times more money from those daily video uploads. So that's a great way to make money as well. But honestly, I don't feel like daily videos is that sustainable in this day and age. People's expectations are a lot higher in terms of production quality, and it just takes its toll. It burns you out as well. Samantha asked, what type of music did my parents play when you were growing up? So even though I'm really into music, music was never really a big thing in my household. My parents mainly listened to gospel music, and my dad would occasionally embarrass me in the car with country or western music when I had friends in the car. Thanks, Dad. So Denise Dennis said, what's your #1 tip for getting a toddler to brush their teeth? I used to struggle with Zoe. Not struggle getting her to do it, but struggle to get her to let me do it. She used to always want to do it herself. And then I bought the kids electric toothbrushes, and because they love them so much, I was able to introduce a rule that you can use the electric toothbrush if you let me help you. And that solved the problem. So electric toothbrush for the win. So somebody named Robin has asked how much it would cost to see me eat a snail again. If you guys remember the old school vlogs where I had to eat a snail when I lost a bet, like she does, you would know it was not exactly a pleasant experience for me. So I'm not in a rush to ever eat a snail again, but if I was, it would take at least $1,000, I would say. So it's the end of the day and I'm gonna answer just one last question, and it's from Hannah, not Anna, and she said, what's the most important lesson you've learned in life? And that's an easy one. Just be kind to people. Treat people the same way as you would want them to treat you. And on that note, if you guys liked today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for your continued love and support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.